Hey trans brothers and sisters, it's Tuesday and I am Kelly slash Cole slash Derek slash question mark. I haven't decided yet this week. I'm leaning a little bit more towards Derek. I think that's going to win in the end. But anyway, our topic this week, and excuse my scratchy voice, I think it's part puberty slash hormones and part cold. So anyway, our topic this week is trans celebrities. And to be honest with you, I don't want to say that I'm new to the trans world. I mean, I've been out, well, not for a very long time. I've been out to pretty much everybody I know for at least the last 4 months. And I think the first person I really talked to was about a year ago. I guess kind of came out to myself about a year ago. So before that, I mean, I didn't really pay a whole lot of attention to trans celebrities, maybe subconsciously a little bit. One of the obvious ones that I think everybody's probably touched on is Chaz Bono, son of Sonny and Cher, was born Chastity Bono, and whatever. I'm sure you guys all know who Chaz is. Anyway, I don't know a whole lot about him. I do know that he was on Dancing with the Stars, which of course I watched. I wouldn't normally watch that show, but you got to throw a little bit of support out to your brothers and sisters, so of course I watched that. And a funny little story about that actually is I, up until this year was actually my last year because I'm transitioning, and I was bowling with my mother on her women's league on Thursday nights. Excuse me. And unfortunately I can't do that anymore after this year, but whatever. I could if I really wanted to, but I'm not going to. Anyway, I was at bowling one night and Dancing with the Stars came on, and one of the kind of older, not so fun groups that we bowled against, one of the teams we were bowling against that night, they were all watching the TV and Chaz came on, and everybody was cool and everybody was watching and oohing and on and whatever, and these ladies kind of turned towards each other and they were like, God, what is, there are children that are watching this show, and I just can't believe that they'd put that on a family show, and I don't know, they started talking about other stars that were lesies and just all this like old school ignorant talk, and like seriously, the anger was just raging up inside of me. It's like, okay, these people just don't know. I was trying to be cool about it, but I had to say something, so I was like, you know what? First of all, if it wasn't obvious enough, and I didn't say this, but if it wasn't obvious enough that I was a lesbian at the time, I mean, come on. I mean, not to stereotype, but in my opinion, it was pretty obvious. So obviously they're blind in that sense. And then second of all, it's like, I did say to him, you really should pay attention to your surroundings before you start talking about that kind of stuff. I'm like, it's 2011 at the time it was. I said, it's 2011. Get with the times. There's nothing wrong. There are gay people everywhere. There are lesbians everywhere. There are transgender people everywhere. I mean, nothing is like it used to be, and you guys are going to have to get used to it. And they all kind of like shuddered for a minute, and they looked at each other, and they were like, oh, yeah, I know, it's 2011. I mean, come on, get with the times, folks. And totally covered their asses. I was so pissed. But anyway, that goes to show how people react to transgender celebrities on TV. A lot of people just can't handle it yet, but that's fine, because look what it did. It caused a stir. I think it opened up a lot of people's eyes, to be honest with you. I think it was wonderful that Chaz went on that show, and I commend him very, 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 very much for doing so. I also did watch his, he had a short little kind of documentary on, I think it was the Oprah network, something like that. I think it was just 1-2 hour show or something like that. It wasn't his, it wasn't Becoming Chaz, it was another show with him and his girlfriend at the time. Anyway, that was another one that I'm sure opened up a lot of people's eyes. I mean, think of all the old retired ladies that are sitting around watching the Oprah network. Those kind of things are what we need, and I'm glad that Oprah is willing to put those kind of shows on her network and help open up people's eyes. So that's awesome. Another celebrity that I can think of is Alexis Arquette. I'm sure a lot of you know who she is. She's an actress. I don't think she's really had a lot of large roles. The one I can remember her most is from The Wedding Singer. She was the one who played Boy George, who sang "Do You Really Want to Hurt Me?" over and over and over again, and yeah, I love that show. I could watch it over and over and over again. But anyway, she's just had some small, I think maybe more indie film roles, but I know that she's a pretty big advocate, and she is a transgendered female. So another one in the public eye. I'm pretty sure she has the full support of David Arquette, Patricia Arquette, Rosanna Arquette, which are all, I believe, I think they're all brother and sister, or maybe Patricia or Rosanna, one of them might be a cousin. I'm not sure how that all works. But anyway, I'm pretty sure that they're all very supportive. So there you go. Another good public transgendered figure. Other than that, I guess a couple of months ago, I watched a transgender dating show. I can't even remember the name of it. And there was a transgendered woman by the name of Calpurnia. And I'm pretty sure that she's an actress, obviously probably in some indie films or something. But anyway, that was an interesting show. So, I mean, I guess you could consider her a celebrity of sorts. Ryan Salins, of course, who is the reason, I mean, I guess you could call him my idol in a way. He is the reason that I clicked in my head and knew that I was transgendered and saw the light, I guess you could say. And I know he started off on a documentary on Logo, I believe it was, and has come quite a long way. I know he reaches out to the community. He does some public speaking, I believe, and he does. I think he even goes around to workplaces and stuff like that. Is a teacher of sorts. To help people understand people in our position and help people understand our community. Last but not least, I do have to throw a little shout out to Aiden, which he is Alliance Fears on YouTube. I'm sure most of you know who he is. Guess you can kind of consider him a little bit of a celebrity as well, not only in the YouTube community, but he did do a documentary on MTV about a month, probably 2 months ago, something like that, him and his wife, and it was kind of about their journey to getting their marriage license and all that good stuff. But he's become quite the public speaker and trans celeb of sorts as well. Other than that, I really don't know of very many. I guess I don't know if you could just call me ignorant or what. I mean, I'm not ignorant, but I don't think I've been exposed to it as much as I probably should be, being in my position. Yeah, I mean, I think, the small list that I gave you guys is, I don't know, I guess commendable in my opinion. I mean, they've all done their share of opening people's eyes, certainly opened mine, if anything, and through that I can open up other people's eyes as well. So times are changing. I mean, it's 2012 now, and I think we're going to see a lot more of us, as celebrities, or maybe celebrities coming out as transgendered, or just, more of us in the news and more of us in the public eye. So it's great. Sorry this is so short, you guys, but that's really all I've got for today. So I'm going to go get better with this cold, and I will hopefully sound better and not have a big red Rudolph nose for you next week. Peace out, guys. Have a good one.